Stop trying to memorize every chord shape as well as every chord in every tune. You don't need to. If you're like most jazz guitar students, you're probably doing more than you need to, and you're focusing on distractions. Here's how to learn 2-5-1 chord progressions as a pattern. A 2-5 looks like this. Usually it's a minor 7 chord followed by a dominant chord that's either a 4th higher or a 5th lower. They're both the same notes, by the way, just in different octaves. On guitar, up a 4th means the same fret but up 1 string, and down a 5th means 2 frets lower and down 1 string. You might go up to the 5 chord like this. Or you might go down to the 5 chord like this. Usually the 2 chord is a minor 7, but often it will be a dominant 7 instead. Just because it can sound good or best for the style of the tune. Either way, regardless of whether the 2 is a minor 7 or a dominant 7, the 5 chord will just about always be a dominant chord. 7, 9, 11, or 13, or an alteration of one of those. Very occasionally, like if the writer is lazy or if the song needs it, chord 5 might just be a simple major triad. So that's a 2-5. A 2-5-1 adds usually a major chord after the 5, and it's a 4th up or a 5th down from the 5 chord. And by the way, if you still think that the thickest string is the 1st string, then jazz might be too hard for you, unless you get over that right now. The strings on a guitar are like the floors on a building. First is closest to the ground. Here's a 2-5 with the 2 chord on the 5th string, the 5 chord on the 6th string, and the 1 chord on the 5th string. In this example, the chords are E minor 7, A7, and D major 7. It's a 2-5-1 in D major because it's from the key of D. You name the 2-5 according to what chord 1 it's leading up to, and not, say, the minor chord it starts on. All these examples are in major keys, by the way. There are minor 2-5-1s as well, but they'll be in another video. I know guitarists are watching this video, so I have to keep it as short as possible because of our short attention span. Oh, sorry, there's a yellow piece of paper over there. Here's a 2-5 where the 2 chord is on the 6th string, the 5 chord is on the 5th string, and the 1 chord is on the 6th string. The example is 2-5-1 in G major because the 1 chord is G. But it could be in any key, it doesn't matter. The pattern's always the same. Of course, learn the notes on the 5th and 6th strings and every string, but learn the pattern so you can just play a 2-5-1 without thinking about it. Attend to whole groups of chords together, not just one chord at a time. Next, for each of the 2-5-1s, let's go through a couple of variations. Nothing too hard right now, but some useful and must-know variations. First, let's change the tonality of the 2 and the 1 chords to dominant. Now, every chord in the pattern is a dominant 7 chord. That happens a lot in blues-based music, and it's fundamental to the blues sound. Here are some examples with the 2 and the 1 chords on the 5th string. And here are some examples with the 2 and the 1 chord on the 6th string. Here's an exercise to practice the 2-5-1 pattern in lots of keys. Start somewhere fairly high up the neck and play a 2-5-1. Then play a new 2-5-1 starting on the chord you just finished on. This way you can chain a whole bunch of 2-5-1s together. And remember, it's the pattern we're learning. Let's change some of the chords from 7ths to 9ths or 13ths. Check this out. 2-5-1 in D major, but using E minor 9, A13, and D major 9. Most standard chord progressions are made of patterns, and 2-5s are surely the most common pattern, so the most useful. Learn patterns, how to recognize them, how to play them, and you can relax and play anything easily. For a much more in-depth look at chords and comping, watch this video next, or this one for more teaching jazz to accelerate your transition into a jazz person. I love to read your comments, so thanks to everyone who's left feedback and questions. Thanks to you for watching today. I hope it's been helpful or interesting. Bye now and see you next time.